Clare Crawley and former Bachelorette contestant Blake Monar fuel dating rumors after spending a fun-filled weekend together in his hometown of Rockport, Indiana. While the 40-year-old hairstylist noted she was visiting the Hoosier state for business on Instagram, she gushed about leaving town with the most unexpected remarkable memories. "Indy, you were truly beautiful and exactly what my soul needed," the reality star, who starred on season 16 of The Bachelorette, captioned footage from her trip. In the video, which featured Tatiana Minoy's song Like You, they could be seen on a bowling date, singing in the car, shopping and even spending time with his family. At one point, she and Monar, who runs his own hair and beauty cosmetics company, Statham Style, were seen playing with a toddler and zooming around his house in a red electric toy car. On his Instagram story, Crawley's latest suitor, since her split from fiancé Dale Moss, uploaded a recording of them carefully strolling down an icy sidewalk. "How's walking on black ice with a grown man hanging on your back?" he asked in the brief clip. Crawley, who resides in Sacramento, California, replied, "Better than gliding solo on the driveway and ending up under your car." In late September, the reality star's broken engagement was revealed amid a swirl of rumors that Dale had been unfaithful to her. At the time, Moss put out a statement to People through a publicist claiming Clare had blocked his number and rendered it impossible for them to communicate. In her new podcast interview, Clare said, "Breakups can get very messy and very icky, and I always try to err on the side of taking the high road, even when there's a lot of things I could say and a lot of things that I wish people knew both sides." She noted that it's easy for a publicist or a source to put out a narrative of what they want their client or friend to look like, but she regards it as very impersonal to be putting out statements and articles and this and that and your side of the story. Clare argued that both parties in the relationship know the truth of what happens behind closed doors, and therefore she doesn't need a publicist speaking my side of the story. "I don't care for my side of the story, to be honest, to even be out there." She added, "Even if I have receipts and proof and everything I need to show that I could do to really put it out there, I think it just seems icky." Later in the episode she shared, "It's painful when you feel like somebody who you love deeply doesn't even have enough respect to you to sit down and have a very vulnerable conversation and owning your stuff and it, on both sides, you know." Clare went on, "It's hurtful because it's like, you think that little of me but yet you supposedly love me?" When the breakup occurred, she had a lot on her plate as well, including recovering from a breast implant removal and caring for her mother, who has Alzheimer's. She compared the sadness of ending a relationship to that of a loved one dying, revealing she went through stages of grief including anger when she thought, "How could you do this to somebody who just had such a pure deep love for you?" Clare became audibly tearful as she said, "This is the one that gets me, is like, how do you say goodbye to somebody you never wanted to walk away from? Like I would have never walked, like it was the opposite." Her emotion was distinct in her voice as she said, "Like you're having to say goodbye to somebody you don't wanna be saying goodbye to. You have to walk away from somebody you don't wanna walk away from. It's hard. It's painful." Clare took a positive view of her past decisions, saying that when it comes to The Bachelorette, "If my biggest regret is trusting the process, trusting a man's words and who he showed me he was, I don't think that's a regret." She added, "I loved and have always had such a deep love for Dale, and that A, doesn't go away overnight, and B, like I don't regret that. Like I loved loving him." In the middle of filming The Bachelorette, it emerged that Clare had picked Dale early, reportedly just 12 days after they met, and left the show. She responded to trolls who said she got engaged too soon by saying to Us Weekly, "Who are these people to decide how long it takes somebody to fall in love?" Clare was quickly replaced with Chia Adams as that season's bachelorette, and Chia went on to pick Zach Clark. In January 2021, just a few months of engagement, Dale announced their first breakup on his Instagram page. "I wanted to share with you all that Clare and I have decided to go our separate ways," the dashing football player wrote in his post. 2 days later, Clare wrote online, "I was made aware of a mutual statement at the same time you all were, so I've needed some time to really digest this." A People source claimed, Dale wasn't ready for marriage and kids. He did have feelings for Clare, but he wasn't on the same page as her. Earlier this year they got back together and reignited their engagement, but by the end of September it had emerged they were over again.